Welcome back to Taival Outdoors. My name is Joel. Today I'm in my own backwoods. Started hiking pretty much from my home. There's right now forest fire warning, wind warning and rain warning in effect. And to be honest, I didn't even know that Finland has a rain warning. Seems a little bit excessive in my opinion, since we don't really have any tropical storms or anything like that. But what it means is that it should rain this evening, and my plan is to find some sort of maybe fallen tree or a rock outcrop or something like that, and then sorry about the wind if it is getting a bit too much. Yeah, so find like some sort of base, natural base for my shelter, and then use just a trifecta, which is like something between a bivouac and a space blanket, and use that and make sort of well, half natural, half emergency shelter, and make it good enough to withstand the rain. But so far I haven't seen any good spots other than these few, like few rock outcrops, which would be easy enough to put the shelter in a kind of a lean-to formation. But I would prefer to have a fallen dead tree. So I think I still keep looking for a while. And actually I thought that it was going to rain already when I'm out hiking, but rain got delayed a bit apparently, and now I just threw all the rain gear in a max sack and attached it quickly to the backpack. But let's see, I will keep on looking and bring you guys back when I found something. He knew I was here, and the wind was also not optimal, but it's always fun to test them and sneak closer. It also would be easy enough to just pick up some of this stuff and make all sorts of structures, but I rather not. Of course it's good to know that I have this option, but quite a bit of these places where I thought that I would find something suitable, I scouted only through maps. And when you do recon only based on maps, it's not always what you think it is. And these areas are also something that I haven't yet gone through with the fat bike either. And at least, for example, now I know that that whole hill over there is something that I probably won't take my fat bike to. It has already started drizzling a bit, but this could be pretty fun. Somehow attach the Trifecta like this. I don't want to cut any branches though, so there is that, but one more to keep in mind. But I think if I climb this hill, I should find something interesting from here. Of course, the optimum scenario would be that a tree like that would have fallen uphill, so it would rest on top of higher ground, forming a natural ridge line for me. But we'll see. Of course, when even thinking about making like a, well, I don't want to say survival shelter, because this isn't survival, but this is more like practicing about building emergency shelters. And yeah, the thing with those is that there is no such a thing as perfect. That's what makes this little exercise fun. Anything like this is also super easy to use. You can see how there's almost like this natural wall over here. Then you can put your shelter on top and just lay down there. But the problem with the shelter setup like that, even if just for one night, is one, it's very cramped, and now it starts. Well, it got really dark really fast, and I do have rain pants as well, and I'm now thinking that maybe I should put those on as well. Yep, let's do that. Oh man, I hope you guys can see, because this is something quite interesting. And then I don't know about you, but I'm getting a bit of bad vibes to stay the night here. Oh well. And the thunder has kicked in as well. But let's keep going. You know what? I've been walking in expanding circles around this hill for a while now, and I think this is the best thing that I've seen so far. Seems to be loose. Don't really have to cut anything. I will just have to find a good rock, maybe that one, to prop this against it. There is actually a little dry spot here where I can put my backpack while I'm putting up the Trifecta. So this is my bivy, and this is the Trifecta, both from To-Go Systems. I have some stakes here, and I should have some cordage here as well. There we go. These both are made of Taival material, and that doesn't handle pulling too well. So that's why I have these little rubber bands with me. These are actually made for this exact use. I was thinking if I should go with like a diamond shape or a standard like that, but I think I'll try it like this first, then see how I will basically fit underneath and see if it needs adjusting or not. But let's see. Because I wanted to tie this one corner to this tree, I now have one extra peg and have to put this somewhere safe. And actually it's not necessarily visible there, but looking from this side, the pole doesn't go in the center like I originally intended. And that's because I didn't have long enough piece of paracord to put this one end to that tree over there. So it's a bit angled, but that's fine. That's completely fine. And also same thing here, if I would have had a longer piece of paracord, I would probably have tied this corner up to this tree to have it a bit higher up on this side, to have more space underneath. But let's see, let's go under there and see what's up. All right, let's see. I hope this isn't too dark for the GoPro, but I just laid down my sleeping pad, and this is the spot for next night. Not bad. This is actually a patch I made. I once got this Trifecta between a zipper of my rucksack, so it has a proper tear aid pad on the other side and just some duct tape on this side. But there's the ridge line. Yeah, not too bad. A bit of some bugs up here now that I came underneath. I don't know what these things are, but anyway, the rain isn't as bad as I thought, which is okay. I think next it's time to make some dinner and set up a kitchen over there. What is he cooking, you might ask? So today's menu is poronpotku, reindeer chili sausages. Can't wait to try these. Straight from Lapland, by the way. I didn't bring this, but anyway, straight from Lapland. Ooh. Yeah. Looks good to me. I had to put the limiter on, which I don't usually use because that pan gets so hot so fast. That's a good and a bad thing, I guess. And also I noticed that this pole is a good place to hang this bag for Trifecta and one extra tent bag, and also great place to store your gloves. I am ready to feast. But first, I think I need to grab some water still. I don't have a water bottle, just the hydration bladder. Because if you have a good valve here, you can just fill your cup with it. So why bother with another bottle? Sadly, it seems like the rain is now... Yeah, it might rain later on then, around midnight. Bit more, but right now I think it stopped completely. Whatever you hear is just droplets from the trees. That means it's good time to take this poncho off, because I got a bit sweaty underneath, so it's better or easier to dry myself up like this. But I will keep these pants on because of course the ground is wet, as you would expect. But all right. Yeah, I have a spoon, but that's not helping helping with this. Let's see. Let's start with the fat boy. So, chili reindeer. Let's give it a shot. I wouldn't mind there being a bit more chili, but I guess that would have had overpowered then the reindeer. You know what, guys and girls? This is life. This is living. I just came back last week? Week before last week from Lapland, and we did the long, well, 100 kilometers backpacking trip there with a friend of mine, and now I think I hiked like 5 kilometers today, but it doesn't mean this experience would be any lesser because of that. Just pick a day and go outside, that's all it takes. I'm not even on summer vacation at the moment. It's a standard work week. Tomorrow I will think I put alarm around 6:30 maybe. Make some breakfast and coffee here, and then hike back home, start a work day. I think I'll stretch my legs a bit after dinner. It's a full cloud coverage, but the rain has certainly ended. This is an interesting spot because although I'm definitely not far away from home, there's quite a bit of deer and some moose around here. I stumbled upon deer, I think, 3 times on my way here. I think I managed to get at least a couple of those encounters on video as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because there's quite visible paths here and there, and there's quite a few of them crisscrossing just before my shelter. So it will be interesting to see. Now during this evening, when I get there, I'm on my own, silently, not doing anything. So it might very well be, here's another trail curving up there. It might very well be that I see, or at least hear, some animals today. Very high chances for that. Yeah, there's one trail, and here's another. So let's see. I think I should say a few words about this company, To Go Systems. Those who have followed my channel for a longer time know that I got this Trifecta, I think 3-4 years ago, something like that. Yeah, definitely 4 years ago at least. And I bought it straight from them, from To Go Systems. It's a, I believe, one-man operation, so a small business in United States. And I thought that this very clever design is completely waterproof, but somewhat breathable still, made of Tyvek, as I mentioned. It has zippers so that you can basically morph it into a bivy bag, as it, I believe, says here. Yeah, bivy canopy blanket. And this is the version 2. And right now they are selling version 3, and I believe there's version 4 coming maybe this year. So then I used that pretty much on every trip that I took, no matter how short or long or what was the time of the year. And then they came up with Velar UL. So UL stands for ultra light, I believe. And it's the same concept, but it doesn't have that many zippers all around. So you cannot open it like up like that, but it works better as a bivy. So I got that one. It's a bit lighter as well. I'll be then using it on my every trip, and I've been also then commenting quite a bit of the guys, you know, Instagram posts and things like that. And then over a year ago, he published a new product called Hybrid Blanket, and we exchanged some messages, and then he basically out of the blue said that, hey, I can send you one if you like, to test it out and, you know, comment what's good, what's bad, so forth. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? And now the blanket has been, I hear you, has been on some of my trips during the past year, and it was now with me in Lapland, and now I actually have it here as well. So I have all my 3 To Go Systems pieces of gear, Trifecta, Velar UL, and the hybrid blanket tonight with me. But yeah, this is no way like sponsored by To Go Systems or anything like that. I just like their stuff, and I just happen to have these and I like them. That's it. Also, talking about gear, a few words about this jacket. Let me just sit down there. Hopefully there's still enough light, but many of you have asked about this jacket, and I was planning to do a review of this. So this is UF Pro Striker XT in Concamo, so Confusion Camouflage colorway. And yeah, I got this a year ago, bought it with my own money, obviously, because I like UF Pro stuff again. And yeah, I was planning doing a review, but then this spring I noticed that I couldn't find this on their website anymore, and I asked and they said that no, it was a limited run. And now last time I checked, they didn't have the Striker XT jacket there at all in any colors. So there goes that. But if you have some questions about this, feel free to comment and ask. I can answer, of course. But I will do at least a camouflage comparison, well, not review, but comparison video with this and Finnish Defense Forces M05 camouflage as soon as Varustelleka gets those M05 pants back in stock. Right now they don't have any dates when that is going to happen, so I'm a bit concerned, but I hope those what they were called, level 4 field pants or something like that. I've been eyeing those for a long time. I should have bought them already like 2 years ago, but I didn't because I don't know. I felt like I don't need them, which is a stupid excuse because I do need them. I do go on quite a bit of military exercises and things like that, so I don't know why I was being cheap with those, but anyway, I try to get those, and when I do a comparison video where I wear this jacket and those M05 pants, and then we'll see in different kind of late summer or fall terrain in Finland how those two compare. Should be interesting. I think I will start unpacking my sleeping gear here already, because why not? It will be inside a bivy bag anyway, so it's not like ground moisture or anything would be a problem. So as you can see, this Velar UL bivy looks very much like this Trifecta, but the zipper only comes this far. And this is the hybrid blanket. This also has a synthetic fill, so that's also why I picked it up for this trip. Tends to perform a bit better in wet conditions than, at least better than down. Although I do have a couple of down sleeping bags and they have all sorts of coatings or something in the down these days, but I'm still not super comfortable bringing down sleeping bags in wet conditions like this. They are great during winter, no doubt. I think I will still close this up so I don't actually accidentally pull the sleeping bag out here. With all this moss now also around me, although this is in a bit of a depression where I am. And actually I was going to say that before the rain started, when I talked about the rock outcropping, the small one, and the shelter, and how that can be very tight fitting and so forth. But also things like that tend to get very wet and collect moisture or collect rainwater. However, it has been extremely hot and dry for past 2 weeks or so. And now this was the first proper rain that we had this afternoon, and if we have more during the night, that is still not going to be enough for it to sort of soak me through this little ditch here, that I can say. And even if it were, I'm in a bivy bag anyway, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's a bit of a strange feeling because there's not a lot to do, not with the shelter, and it wasn't that long of a hike and things like that, so I'm basically ready for the night. But it's around 8 now, so I will still have to stay awake for at least an hour. Mosquitoes or anything haven't really bothered me that much. There are some sort of flies or something here, I don't know. Still makes sense to put a bug net on for the night. I think I will do one more walk, a perimeter sweep, and then start crawling into the bag. I don't know, I think I have a book or two in my phone. Maybe I should continue those, read a bit and then go to sleep. Told you that there would be deer. Or usually deer are maybe, if you haven't encountered them in the wild, considered to be very like how do you say, like graceful and agile, quiet. And usually yes, but if you happen to sneak up on them, they are super loud. They don't care like about the terrain. They just bolt to some direction and make just as much noise as moose. That's really fun. Pretty funny. Yeah, I thought that I heard some earlier when I was just laying back there in the shelter, but didn't see any. This one was alone. Yeah, this doesn't feel too bad at all. Actually, it might be that I don't even need the pillow. I have sort of a natural pillow here. I have bug net here. I'll probably throw this on. This goes over ice just to get some darkness in here, and I will probably sleep with the cap on to get that mosquito net off of my face. Basic stuff. There's a slight drizzle going on, but I'll try to get some shut eye now, and if I wake up during the night, if it rains that hard, I'll bring you guys back up then. If not, see you in the morning.
It is a bit past 11. Hasn't really rained any harder than this. So pretty chill. Yeah. I will continue sleeping now. Thank you very much.
Good morning, folks. I think the rain has ended. It did rain most of the night actually. Or it started raining somewhere after midnight. And it started cooling down, and that got rid of the mosquitoes as well. Oh. But yeah, before that I was really hot. Summer nights, really warm. Yeah, let's get cracking. Some coffee. So the plan is now to get the water boiling, grab some of it for porridge, then put the limiter on and some coffee in the pot, and back on the fire. That way, this is the same setup I tried to explain a few videos ago, but didn't make it, I think, clear enough. So I tried to minimize the boiling needed and the waiting needed and the pans and pots needed. So coffee pan, first water for porridge, then for coffee. Tried and tested, good method. To literally mix things up a bit with morning porridge, which is the same brand and same stuff I always use. I also have a sample package of some type of muesli and nuts. A lot of fiber, a lot of protein, no added sugar. Includes peanut butter. I have no idea what I'm doing, but should be good. All right. Then sweet coffee. And back there. Like so. Let's see. Not bad actually. Some nuttiness to it. But I did add too much water, and I always do, but it doesn't really hurt when you're outdoors. It's good to stay hydrated, and easy way to get more water in you is just put some extra in your food. I think coffee is almost done as well. Yeah, I already put the rain pants on because of course everything is really wet, and still hard to say if it's going to rain more or not before I leave, so that's why I'm taking this Trifecta out here last, and I also have my poncho here ready when I start doing that. Ooh, I made it strong this morning. Oh, I'm gonna have to put it down. Still too hot. So how has your summer been? Have you been getting outside? Personally now with, the situation is what it is. It hasn't really impacted me or our lives. But it has done one thing, and that is that we get to do remote work all the time, which means that there's plenty of more opportunities, or let's say there's less of a long decision making involved when deciding to go outdoors, because I'm already home, and these days I live basically in a place like this, so it's always easy to get outside into the woods and do something, Doesn't have to be fancy. That's certainly not fancy, but it's little fun. Head off after a normal work day, go outside. Only birds this morning so far. Let's see when I start walking out of here. I'm sure that we will catch a glimpse of something else as well. Or I will. I'm not sure if I'm fast enough with the camera, but we'll see that then. But now, back to the good stuff. So, sure enough, it has started raining, and I checked the forecast and seems like that's the way it is going to go. But I just wanted to show you guys, this is now the tricky part. Because some of you know that this rain poncho that I use, I really like it because it's not as baggy as normal ponchos. It's sort of a mix between a rain jacket and a rain poncho. But the problem is that it of course cannot fit over big rucksacks, but it can fit over backpacks. It is just a very tough thing to do if you are alone and you don't have a buddy to help you with this. So this is how I did it. It's not pretty and it's not fast, but it works. See, this is the problem, right? So what I do is I go inside the collar, grab the backpack and pull it up. That makes it easier for me to then put this thing over it. Like so. And now since I have this kit bag here as well, it's starting to get a bit of a tight fit. But anyway, it comes even now far down enough on top of the rain pants. Sleeves are short, but then again there are no real sleeves on a normal poncho either, and I do have a long hands. Long hands, so the next up is that I'm checking my surroundings. The campsite seems good. Nice dry patch here. I don't think I've left anything behind. And now I'm gonna still carry this right back. I think it was just up this trail there, maybe 30 meters or so. Yeah, I think it was here. Yep, between these two. And yeah, over there. All right, let's get going. Well, I know many of you probably think that that final step was completely unnecessary, and especially since the tree had fallen over a clear trail. But the thing is that with Finnish every man's rights, considering that this is not my own forest, I was already pushing those rights by moving that piece of tree. But yeah, didn't do any cutting or things like that. Of course, if I had done some, it would have made everything a lot easier. I could have just picked any old tree, and I'm just trying to find a clear path towards the direction where I'm supposed to go. In a real emergency, of course, you can cut down trees and make fires and things like that, but this was not a real emergency, so I couldn't do anything. anything, and I'm willing to bet that even now, although all I did was move that tree and then move it back, someone's going to complain in the comments. But that's just Finland. That's just Finland for you. If something is fun in here, it's most likely illegal. At least some aspects of it. I'm fairly sure I will have to cross a field to get to a path that I know of. But luckily that's, or luckily and luckily, that's not a field that grows anything. It's actually might be a logging site. So it's okay to cross, but it will be tough to cross. Yep. Yeah. So this whole hill and area where I now spent the night, I don't think I've been here before. I've been very close, probably all sides to this place, but not to this actual hill. Oh, that looks nasty. So I found the dirt road that I was looking for. So now I know exactly where I am. Thanks all for joining me on this short trip. Doing a bit different type of shelter and enjoying this rain that has been, well, I think we've all been waiting for it here for a long time. Definitely welcomed change. But I'll continue my hike back home and I will catch you all in the next one. See you then.